G'day mate, Cobba here, back with a video. It's been a minute, I know. I think probably 4 days, maybe the longest I've ever gone without uploading on the channel. Busy week. And I'm here with my division rival rewards. I have been grinding during the week. We'll get more into that in a second. Right now, I did end up finishing with a rare players pack, a mega pack, and a jumbo premium gold pack for tradable. Or I can take the untradables, which is basically the same thing but double. I know a lot of you like it when I take the untradeable rewards because this is the first owner only RTG, but I have a bulk of first owner content available to me, and really I want to get my cash flow up so that I can purchase items. We'll do more SBCs, if you know what I mean. Like if it's a 400,000 coin SBC, it's good to have the fodder in there for the SBCs, but it's also sometimes you want to have that cash flow available, or even if you just want to buy a player and try out a player. So I've got 100,000 coins right now. I also have 88 rated Overmars, who I've picked up and I've just been playing a few games with, and I absolutely love this card. So far, he's only had the 2 goal contributions in 4 games, but just the amount of space he's been generating, and that 5-star weak foot is very nice with the 95 pace. I've tried the 86 version. The 88 version is pretty much the same card, but just has that little bit of extra pace to really find that space. And with the Hawk chemistry style, I've got him up to like 99 and 99, and then also his attacking positioning and shot power boosted. I felt like that shot power really needed a boost, and with that plus 10, it just seems like he's got a bit more curry behind the hit. So this is the team I've been working through all of my icon swaps. And that's pretty much what I've been doing just in my downtime when I get a little bit of time to get some things through. So I've touched on Zaniolo. I've done a little bit of Osman, however you pronounce it. Daniel James, I'll grind out that and get that one done. Odegaard, I'll probably give him a skip, even though I've played him at the 87 a few times and he's quite handy, but there's a lot to do to do Odegaard. But icon swaps online, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so I can do Hierro. Now, if I want to, I'm not going to do Hierro, and I'd strongly advise against doing him. I've played with him. He's very good. He's a solid card. Where we're at in the game cycle, too many teams are too good at this point in the game to have a centre-back like Hierro, even though he's very solid. He's a good card. Don't get me wrong, good card. You know, up there with like your Laporte, that sort of player. But at this stage in the game cycle, as we get closer and closer to Team of the Year at the end of the year, and so many icons and stuff, like you're going to need Koeman as kind of like that minimum requirement. So that's where the club's at right now. Without further delay, we'll look at these 3 packs and see. I think I could have taken, what was it, 50 grand, 35 grand? Instead, we'll take the packs and try our luck out and see if we can recoup that money. Hopefully, at least like a little informal or something to get our money back. So starting off here, we are going to see, that's no boards, no walkout. So pretty tough going on the first pack. You never know, maybe we'll get a Chem style that's usable. Otherwise, maybe we should have just taken the cash. So we'll chuck all this stuff up onto the trade pile. Didn't even realise Drinkwater had gone to Aston Villa. What a fall from grace he's had from being at Leicester to now struggling and at Villa. Shout out to all my Villa fans out there. Not trying to disrespect your club at all. Pack on number 1, not so great. The rare players pack's probably the big one. 12 items, 12 rare, all gold. Be a little bit devastated if we don't at least see boards here, to which we don't. Oh my god. I really should have taken the cash. Munayin, I think that's probably the 5th time I've packed Munayin this year. A good card at the start of the game, now relatively useless. Nelson Smedu is a very nice first owner card. A very nice first owner card. Gives a green link into... There you go. Okay. Even though it only goes for like 4k, that's a nice first owner pickup. On the note of right back, I just want to say right now that I love the right back that I have at the moment. I will be using him for pretty much up into the rest of the game. I packed Aaron's recently, and he is so good. So good, and I'll explain to you why in a sec. It looks like we've actually managed to get ourselves finally something decent, and it's going to be 84 rated or 85. I can't remember. I think it's 84. Yeah, Pavlenka's 84. So there is a board there. It's like 5-6k, probably 5 maximum for him. A shocking set of rewards, really. I probably should have taken the untradeable option, I guess. or even just taking the cash. We haven't really built up the cash of that much of the club, but we'll sell a lot of this stuff on. I have all of this stuff available in the club in bulk, so we'll get it all up there. We'll get cash, and I'm kind of just grinding myself towards Neymar at the moment. I've never even seen Lazaro in game before. There you go, a bit of a new card. 950. So before I end the video, I do want to just touch on why I enjoy Aaron so much at right back, and why I would advise for you to go and pick yourself up one as well. He's like, wow, 3k for an 84 rated. Yeah, should have taken the cash. All right. So the reason why I would take Aaron's, and the reason why I'm actually going to steer clear of using my icon swap tokens and completing Zambrotta at left back. I believe that's correct. You know what I'm saying? The right back, the Italian right back with the 5-star weak foot. But Aaron's is so good for a few reasons. And these are some things that I think you really need to start to consider. And yes, it is driving my OCD wild right now that these two players need contracts, and I'll sort them out in a moment. But with Aaron's, stamina, obviously, as we get towards the end of the game cycle, your stamina needs to be in the 90s. Earlier on, 85 or so is fine. Now you've got to really be able to play high press the whole game. Agility and balance are two key areas that we notice all the SBCs that come through now, all the league SBCs, all the players will have really high agility and balance, because that's the meta of the game, to be able to turn sharply. If the reactions are low alongside agility and balance, that deeply affects the card. So for instance, and you'll notice I have a Dharma Traore on the bench here because he has really high agility and balance, but the reactions are low. When you get the chemistry up on him, because I have the sniper, I think it gives him a +5 or 10. I think it's 10, which helps out the card significantly. It gives him +5. So with that +5, it does really start to shine through, and it also gets his agility to 99, so you don't feel it as much. But with that low reactions, I really notice it on a Dharma when you want to turn sharply in tight areas. So Aaron's has that high agility, high balance, but also reactions aren't too bad in relation to that. 90 composure is significant, because when people are pressing you in that like 80th, 90th minute, dynamic difficulty will make your players really choke under pressure. And they'll go to play a pass, you're pointing directly where you want it to go, and it'll go to the wrong place. And that is in part due to composure. It's when they're pressing down on you, it increases that error of ability to make the pass. He also has 92 short passing, which means he will hit that pass, and the vision 72, which is pretty good for a defender. If you look at all your other defenders in your club, you'll find defending's low. I don't even have to talk about the pace and the acceleration. That's there. You need that, of course. And the long pass is also there as well. Defensive stats are solid. Defensive awareness is probably, for me, the most important defensive stat, and followed by defensive awareness, the next most important stat is standing tackle, and they're 87 and 86. Then after that, I'd probably prioritize interceptions, followed by sliding tackle. You won't want to go to the ground too much. So with those high 80s, he's got what you need from defensively, but it's that passing out from the back. I find the left and right backs, it's really important that they can make the pass, and they're in the game, the passing element is just as much important for me. And attacking position is also very helpful, because when you're in the final third, you want him positioned in the right spot so that he's plugging the holes and cutting passing lanes the right way. So for me, Aaron's, like, comparing him to Kyle Walker, who I've got untradeable in the club. I've packed him, and he hasn't seen a minute's game time since I picked up Aaron's. And hopefully this gets to him pretty quickly. We do have a lot of first owner content in the club, but we're on 84s now, so he should be on this screen here. There you go, Kyle Walker. Compare him, obviously acceleration and sprint speed, very similar. His sprint speed's probably slightly higher, but you're looking at agility and balance. He doesn't have that ability to turn on the ball as much, with those reactions nicely boosted, so it does counteract that slightly. Composure is significantly lower, and I really did notice that when I went to play those short passes with the 78 short pass stat, 75 long pass stat, and the 69 vision, he was making mistakes that Aaron's wouldn't. I could hold in right bumper or R1 if you're on PlayStation and drive those passes, down the line, or do like a driven through pass with RB, R1 and Y, and he wouldn't be able to hit that ball around the outside and get my wingers in that Aaron's could. Stamina also not quite as high, like he can go pretty much all game, but at that like 85 to 93 minute mark, when that dynamic difficulty is really turned up and it's easy to score goals in that time frame, Kyle Walker would start to run out of steam a little bit. Standing tackle and defensive awareness, obviously quite a bit lower, particularly defensive awareness, so his positioning isn't as nice. When you've got players like Messi, Ben Yedder getting in the holes, drawing off the 18-yard box, Kyle Walker's going to be 1 or 2 meters back away from the player, and that's when they can really turn and start to pull strings in there. So just some things to consider. Obviously, Kyle Walker, as we all know, is the meta. He fits, but that's the difference between Walker, who is, I don't know, like a 15,000 coin player at this point in the game, compared to Aaron's, who's like a 100k player. So they're like 15, 16,000, and your Aaron's is probably looking at about 100, maybe 110. And I think he's a massive jump in quality. So for me, I'm going to push through, and I'd say at this point to going to take Koeman in at centre back. And then we'll keep Bernardo Silva out here at right mid. And Jamie Vardy is actually been really good for me. I also want to talk about that quickly. I'm not trying to bring out the length of the video. I think these are really helpful stats. I've been trying to focus on just quality gameplay and improving my game lately. And the artist chemistry style for me is the most important thing for Vardy. And I'm also going to put an artist onto my Timo Werner. Right now, I have a Maestro on my Timo Werner, and the artist is the way to go, and I'll tell you why. Let's see, I can't get him in there with like really good chemistry to show him off in that relation. That's still going to have him on 7, okay, compared to Vardy's 8. So with Vardy's 8 chemistry, obviously he'll get a little bit more of the stat boost with 10, but boosting the fact that his long pass goes from 51 to 11, he gets a little bit more with the chem, and the short pass goes from 72 to 4, and the curve also improves. In fact, I think it's probably really good to see Vardy here with complete chemistry, because it really shows how much it boosts those passing stats. The long pass, jumping up by 15 in short pass, when you're playing in this year's style where you've got to really drive passes quickly around the 18-yard box, if you watch like Tex or Kurt play, they do that a lot. They'll drive the ball to the striker and then use the bumper pass to send the runner and do those really quick interchanges of passes to use Vardy's acceleration, sprint speed, attacking positioning. To work that, you need him to be able to play those 1-2s sharply, go, 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 go. He can't do that. He can latch onto a through pass all day long. And when he's through, he's got the aggression and the strength to hold that player off, and the composure and finishing to put away the chance. But without that ability to bang those passes around, basically when you're playing against someone who's playing one depth drop back, he's useless. You can't do that. You can't work in the space. You can't foster and create chances. So basically, he just means he's a shoulder runner player, and if you play, as soon as you play against someone with drop back, he really doesn't have that, what you need. Also, this artist chem style boosts his agility by +10, it boosts his balance by +5, and we talked earlier in the video about with reactions kind of playing in relation to those agility and balance stats. As I talk with my hands, and you can't see my hands, but yeah, they work in partnership, those three, and that really gets them all together. Way sharper. As soon as I started to play him, and obviously he did get a stat boost recently, he's really been starting to score goals for me, and actually I'm considering playing him in the team, and he even gets a nice little boost into Kent, who I could potentially play like as a left forward and get him chemistry there. So with Timo Werner, I've got a Maestro on him because I was trying to look at boosting certain elements like his passing, but the curve, when I finesse anything with Werner, it never goes in. Like I think I've probably finessed maybe, I'd say at this stage, 20 opportunities with him, and I have scored maybe 2 out of 20. Every driven shot that I've hit with him, they fly in due to the fact that he has obviously fantastic finishing and the shot power's there. So I really need to boost his curve. And again, when looking at the passing, any sort of passes that I'm trying to drive in using right bumper, it's just like Vardy. Without that chem style, it's not happening for me with him, and I need to boost that balance as well because it's too low. I want that balance at least like 85 or so. So I think once I pop that artist chem style, I'm going to see a different Timo Werner in this side, and he actually gets like 7 chem when I play him up there. So that's the video. A shame we didn't get great rival rewards. I'm going to bring some more reviews for you guys. I plan on reviewing Overmars more in depth because I'm really enjoying him and looking to get as many 5-star weak foot players into this team as possible. That's the priority right now on the channel, is 5-star weak foots. It's a game changer. You'll see there's 3 on the bench at present, and I'm working towards getting Neymar in, and Overmars has been a pleasure so far. Thank you for sticking with the channel, and we have more content coming soon. We've got a few days off here. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.